Kakansha Thomas is always fun. Lots of late night tapes. I want to see the world. While Thomas is a small target language, it wasn't much of a trick. One night, Edward came home. It was a good move, and Thomas liked it too. If you find it, pour it in the garden. Thanks, that's fine, Thomas said. The first drivers from Edvada and Toma applied. He came, and now you will be many. It's a lot to talk about regardless of what works, and it hurts with the works of an invisible machine. Edward, all cars know. Tom was warned to be warned, but Tom did not listen. A close exchange and a shot signal, Thomas's job is done. They shouted, "Oh, it wasn't! Take and take!" "You are fat." "Yes, very good. Yes, you have no courage," says driver. Thomas received. "That's it. Fire in the streets of Henley Walking." "I'm coming," says Tonmorzo. I was proud, but the car was there. At that time, Thomas Golderin arrived late. When he was at the top of the hill, the driver said, "Wait, take it easy." He started crying. "Morning, wait," Tongmaso shouted. When the runners gathered, they answered, "Not me, no, go ahead." They went to Thomas's side and laughed at him before leaving the car. Poor Thomas quickly stops trying. "Stop!" turns the warning, but the truck stops not responding. "Go, go!" laughed out loud. "'Tis the season. Beloved, what are you waiting for?" he said. He sat in the office immediately. "I have!" When there was a fuel commissioner, it was different. "Thomas, what are you doing here?" he asked. "Car Edward," Thomas replied. "Why you?" "I don't want to do it," Thomas said. It's a lot to know about cars. It's also Thomas. A few weeks ago, and you and I already know. Good luck. Thomas and Percy are close friends. However, Percy would occasionally tease Thomas about his fears, but Thomas didn't care. One night, while he was sleeping in the stable, Percy wanted to talk. "Wake up, Tommaso. Did you ever dream I was a ghost? At least I didn't show any fear when I realized it was you." Percy continued with a grin. "The weight will light the candle for you tonight." Why? I like the dark, Thomas asked. Actual? Percy shouted. Interesting. I always thought you were afraid of the dark. I don't know why. Thomas decided not to say anything and went back to bed. The big screen came the next day. I hope you catch something rare in the harbor tonight. What is it? Until we meet again. Percy pushed the truck aside. Henry arrived by cargo ship. Percy backed away into the signal and went through Harry. This begs the question. There's a lot of work to be done in this area, the signalman announced. We're not getting it back. The repairman will fix it tomorrow. It's too late. Correct, the driver said to Percy. I'm sorry, Percy, but I have to stay here tonight. Are you there? Percy asked. Let's go home and have tea. The fire brigade moved out. Percy was quiet. He watched the remaining machines return to the hangar. It was getting dark, and Percy was about to say darling. It is dark, he whispered. What is this? But Percy didn't notice. I wish Thomas was here, she sighed. Thomas was waiting at the dock to receive a mysterious cargo. He suddenly appeared. From ashes to ashes, cried Thomas. Dragon! Tomorrow is the festival. We put him on the spot. Lights were put around the dragon for protection. Then Thomas went out into the misty night. Percy slept on his side and didn't even notice Thomas calling out. Help me! Shouted Percy. I won't open my eyes until the driver arrives. The next morning, the problem was solved, and Percy returned to the crossing. Gordon, get on the train and prepare to leave. Don't guess what you saw last night. Gordon doesn't care about the puzzle. I am a busy waiter. I don't have time to play your games. I saw a giant dragon filled with light. Gordon lashed out. My ball broke. The other machines laughed loudly. If you're not careful, Percy, the dragon will eat you, James said with a smile. Nobody will believe me, Percy snorted. Maybe the dragon is just an illusion. But Percy quickly realized that wasn't true. Help! Help! Percy shouted. That is correct, Tommaso exclaimed, explaining the nature of the festival. How was dinner tonight, by the way? Percy Thomas decided to tell the truth. Afraid, Thomas said. It would be very brave if we weren't afraid to speak up. One morning, Governor Fat visited Tobias with his nephew. Hello, Toby. Let's all go to the beach. We go to Henrietta's house. The Last Castle. Have you ever seen a real castle like that? He answered the children. This is the island. They showed him the directions. Ah, oil inspector. They thought for a moment. They looked for Toby in bed. Very good. Please watch it together. Soon they reached the most difficult part of the island. Please stop at traffic lights. "Where can I go?" the sign asked. "They were looking for us in the old castle," replied the portly permanent resident at another small gathering. There they saw two old signs that said, "Near the castle, near the sea." "I will visit him now." The mine. The tunnels, small engines, and scratches are still there. But now it's full of rust. The oil inspector is shocked, but Toby is too scared and happy when the time comes. "I think this castle will be very welcoming to visitors. But first, a lot of effort is required." "Yes, master." Nineveh was worried. "Our job is to keep Toby here today." So what?" shouted Toby. "Beware of Toby's enthusiasm," said Thomas. "What kind of soul?" "He went to Nineveh. Veterans hunt with fire at night," Thomas replied. Night is coming. Toby looked around frantically. Suddenly, he heard another whistling sound. "It's a ghost!" he complained. "What kind of ghost?" asked the driver. He is an old warrior. He came to get me." "Mom didn't want to call," said the driver. They stood firm in Nineveh. "Okay, Masosa." "God bless my time," he said. A slightly older sample is isolated. "It's your soul." Bertram and Toby are now friends. They bring visitors to a strange castle. The target controller is a sleek device with a stylish design. They were very happy to enjoy the breeze of Sodo Island. Although Percy usually does dirty jobs, he likes to keep his motorcycle clean, like any other motorcycle. The Sims inform Percy. But the oil inspector has bad news. "Due to the lack of water, the car should not be cleaned more than once a day. The real problem comes before the harvest," he added, and left. Marcos was disappointed. "Dirty!" he complained. "We need rain. Gordon is doing this for fun." "I'm in a hurry." "Percy, you're fat," James said jokingly. Percy said and left. Percy's things piled up in waves. "One more!" Percy snapped. I'm dirty! Percy felt bad. On the way to Karen's station, the noise of the truck made Percy even angrier. Back! Do not look back! Hello! Percy is coming! Percy bit his lip. When Percy arrived at Karen's station, he was very disappointed. From now on, I don't want to work in dirty places. Harold's helicopter was delivering medical supplies from the Karen facility. Hey, Percy! Yelling. That's not true, Marcus yelled. I want to shower. Exercise is more important than cleanliness. I want to help as much as possible. You can't. Don't be dirty. Percy's bleeding. As they approached, the driver slammed on the brakes. But Percy's wheels began to skid on the asphalt shape. Oh! Percy said. I feel so bad about this. Chocolate. When we got back to the cabin, everyone thought it was strange. Your stomach is full. Thomas leaned all the way forward. Stop, Percy, James plays. Chocolate ice cream on wheels, Henry splat. I'm sorry, said Gordon. Proud. A loud voice was heard. Heavy cheeks. You've had a bad day, Percy, he said. And he added, I'll wash you. What happened? And I can draw.